Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our English learning tips. On our previous video about modal verbs, we said that modal verbs are like helpers for main verbs. They don't show actions themselves, but they modify the main verb to add extra meaning, helping you to be more precise and effective. In today's lesson, we will be talking about using modal verbs to express permission, obligation, and advice. These are super important for everyday conversations. Think about how often you ask for permission or talk about what you have to do. When you're at school, at work, or just hanging out with friends, knowing how to use these modal verbs will make you sound more natural, clear, and confident. So, grab your notebook and let's get started. Let's start with permission. For this, we use modal verbs like can, could, and may. For example, can I borrow your pen? Can is the most common and informal way to ask for permission. Simple, right? It's casual, direct, and perfect for everyday conversations. Can you tell the difference between can I borrow your pen and could I borrow your pen? Could is a bit more polite than can. It shows a little more respect. It is great for talking to teachers, bosses, or anyone you want to sound more respectful toward. And then we have may. It is the most formal of all. It's often used in professional, academic, or very polite contexts. For example, may I come in? This might remind you of something you'd hear in a classroom or at a formal event. Let's do a quick summary of how these modal verbs work. When asking for permission, can. It's casual and friendly, great for everyday conversations. For example, can I leave early today? If you want to be more polite and respectful, use could. May is used in formal and very polite situations. To deny permission, we use a negative sentence. Remember, to form a negative sentence, you don't need extra words like do or did, just add not after the modal verb. For example, you can't leave class until it's over. Notice that we use couldn't when referring to past situations to express that permission was denied in the past. For example, you couldn't leave early today as we have a meeting. So, to sound a bit softer or more polite in the present, you could add sorry or I'm afraid before the statement, like I'm afraid you can't leave class until it's over. May is much more serious or formal, as in you may not speak during the presentation. So use it with caution. When giving permission, we normally use can for everyday conversations, unless we want to be more formal or polite. Then we use may. Notice that could it's only used to give permission as a possibility if a condition is met. For example, you could take the afternoon off if you finish your task. Alright, now let's talk about obligation. This is when we talk about following rules or laws and responsibilities or commitments. For this, we use modal verbs like must and have to. Must expresses strong obligation. It's often used for rules, laws, or serious responsibilities. For example, you must wear a seatbelt in a car. This is a law. There is no debate, no option. Have to is very similar to must, but it's used more in daily, casual conversations. For example, I have to finish my homework before dinner. Both must and have to show obligation, but must often sounds stronger or more formal. You're more likely to hear have to in everyday speech. The key difference is that must is used when we are expressing a strong obligation or law, whereas have to is used to express necessary actions in daily life. Watch out for the negative forms. Must not or mustn't means something is prohibited. For example, You mustn't park here. It's forbidden. Notice the following exception. To form a negative sentence, we need extra words like do or did before the modal verb have to. Also, don't have to means something is not compulsory or an obligation. It's optional. If you say, you don't have to wear a suit to the meeting, it means that you decide, want to do. You have the option. Remember, must not means it's prohibited, but don't have to means it's optional. Two completely different meanings, so be careful. Alright, now let's talk about advice. When you want to offer advice or a suggestion, we use modal verbs like should and ought to. Should is the most common modal for giving advice. For example, you should drink more water every day. It's a friendly suggestion, not a rule. Ought to is similar to should, but more formal. For example, you ought to apologize to her means the same thing as you should apologize to her, but it's stronger or more serious. You'll see ought to more in formal writing than in everyday conversations. Also, shouldn't is used for negative advice. For example, you shouldn't eat too much sugar. This is a strong suggestion not to do something, but it's still just advice, not a rule. Now let's talk about common mistakes to avoid, because even advanced English learners sometimes make mistakes with these modal verbs, so let's clear up a few common errors. Forgetting to use the base form of the verb, I must go, is incorrect. It is, I must go. Remember, after a modal verb, we always use the base form of the verb, no to needed. However, notice have to is the complete modal verb and is followed by the base form of the verb, I have to go. Confusing don't have to with mustn't. You don't have to cycle in this road. It sounds like it's optional. Whereas you mustn't cycle in this road means it's prohibited, so watch out for these two completely different meanings. Overusing must when have to sounds more natural. I must do my laundry today sounds very dramatic. I have to do my laundry today is more natural and casual. Now it's time to practice what we've learnt. I'll give you some questions and you'll have a few seconds to answer. Ready? Question 1. Which is more formal? A. Can I leave early? B. May I leave early? B. May I leave early is more formal. Question 2. Which of these means you don't have permission? A. You mustn't park here. B. You don't have to park here. A. You mustn't park here means it's prohibited. Option B means it is optional. Question 3. Which one sounds more polite? A. Can I sit here? B. May I sit here? B. May I sit here sounds more formal and polite. Question 4. Which one sounds more serious? A. You must wear a mask. B. You have to wear a mask. A. You must wear a mask shows strong obligation, like a rule or a law. How did you do? Let me know in the comments if you got all correct. And that's it for today's lesson on modal verbs. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who's also learning English. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a lesson. Remember, practice makes progress. So, keep practicing, and soon you'll be a master of modal verbs. See you in the next video. Take care and happy learning.